Speaking of games, here we have Nintendo's. There have been several rumors since last year. Actually, I've been holding off in terms of actual reports of when is there going to be an actual release of the latest update of their original Nintendo Switch. They're calling it the Nintendo Switch Pro, which is going to offer OLED screen, which is would be tremendous to provide you better gameplay here. But obviously, for me, I own a Nintendo Switch. My sole purpose for using it's not for when it's docked, so you can play it in 4K. But for me, it's more for the portability and it's multifunction of being able to change your controllers so you can play it dock or play it putting on the stand or whatever form that you prefer. Now, obviously, with better features, the price here they mentioned is there were mentions that it's going to cost more than the original Nintendo Switch. Now, will it cost at the same level as a regular console, say like a Sony PlayStation 5 or even a Microsoft Xbox Series X? Now, hopefully they won't get to that range because their device is totally different from what the other companies are offering. Because it's a two-in-one device, so to speak. So, if they try to price it too expensive, maybe this would turn off consumers. But if you're in Nintendo platform, you tend to pay a premium for the products that they are offering here. And obviously, coming at a price, the existing Switch right now costs around $300. So that's around 15,000. I think I bought it around 16 or 17K, right? So around that price range. And if they're going to increase it, will it be in the north of $500, $600? That would, be considered too expensive and would be at the same level as a regular console. And that would, sway consumers whether to buy a Switch or versus wanna just buy a home console like a PS5 or even an Xbox and so forth. But you know, we still have to wait for its actual release later this year. They mentioned they're going to release it sometime later in September or October. That's the report here. So for me, what I'm looking for is to remove to make it bezel-less, because in the current iteration that they have, whether it's the Lite or the original Switch, there's a big bezel on the edges, right? So it would make sense to maximize the full footprint while using the same devices here. And I think they could improve in terms of the grip control, because the original one, for its benefit in terms of its motion control and its flexibility of its being having a small footprint, but over time it gets tiring and it hurts my fingers and my arms. So I think I bought a replacement, a Hori controller, which is much wider, much thicker. So I was able to play it much longer and enjoy it for long durations. But obviously, the problem with the Hori controller, it doesn't have 6-axis control. So especially in Zelda, you have to move the screen or the stage. So you can't use it. So you have to use a wireless controller, a different controller at that to be able to do that. Hopefully, Nintendo will be able to make some key improvements, not just the internal specs of better GPU or better graphics, or better screen, making sure the battery capacity that again. So we're talking about charging capability. I think being able to charge your device quickly in the shortest manner so you can use it more, enjoy it more, so to speak. I think it would be tremendous, for many devices that we own here today.